And this is the Boulder Report by Sansa.
Sorry, I was taking a sip of my coffee. Guys, welcome to the... Oh, sorry. Please lower the volume on your phones before I get into this. Thank you very much. Hey, welcome to the Boulder Report. We got Bitcoin sitting at 26,800. Beautiful. We love to see it. You're like, well, Sansa is down from 28,000. Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember, but it was also at like 22, 23 before it did like a fucking leap up, a one whale sweep up to $28,000. So still up if you bought before that moment. But in the last 7 days, it is down 3.8%, which is interesting to see that it held for that long. And so you had a week to kind of reevaluate what your position was and how you wanted to DCA in or DCA out. That being said, I will always say this. I've been saying a lot more. DCA in more, DCA out more. Do not dump it all at once. Do not sell it all at once unless you absolutely need to or want to. Just make sure you know your position. If you're like, what the fuck is DCA in? It's called dollar cost averaging. And you still don't know what dollar cost averaging is. Beautiful website to go to that explains all of it. Google.com. Appreciate you. We got Ethereum at 1711. 1711. Still sitting pretty. For a while, it was kind of like hovering around the 1200, 1400 range, and then it just did a fucking huge jump up to 17, 1800. And I love to see it kind of hanging around here. That being said, I also just realized, side note, I just realized I've been saying that being said a hell of a lot more. So I need to get that shit under control.
Don't. There's people out there making drinking games out of that shit and stuff.
Yeah,
so let them get wrecked. Every time Santa says, that being said, turn up an espresso shot. You're going to be sweating by the end of this.
And that being said, Ethereum is down 3.4% in the last 7 days. Only down 2.9 in the last 24 hours. So I did get a couple texts saying, why did he dump this morning? And I'm like, bro, honestly, I don't have the mindset of a trader. That's not a dump to me. A dump to me is a few $100, right? Obviously, depends on how much you're putting in, but I'm not putting in that amount of money, bro. I'm putting in maybe like, anywhere from 500 to like a couple thousand at most. So that being said, obviously, make sure you know your position. But I will say that's not a dump to me. A dump to me is like a few $100. So like if it dumped, it would be around like 1,400, 1,500. But it's not. So moving on to Matic, $1.05, down about 7.9% in the last 7 days. 3.9 in the last 24 hours. To me, it's a buy if it falls below $1. I don't know how much of a buy it is below $1. You bought a few months ago. You're still up pretty good. Not around that 300x that you were maybe a couple weeks ago, but still looking good. If you do believe where Polygon's going to be at the end of this year, by the end of this year, then you're probably going to want to have some sort of position in that. And then finally, Solana, $19.81, down 14.7% in the last 7 days, just under 5% in the last 24 hours. And then we got, I was going to say Binance USD, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's fine. It's not that big. Well, hold on. Let me see. Let me just do a quick one, bro. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Why is he going to BNB? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just work with me here. One BNB is $314. Wait, that's not what I'm looking for. All right, whatever. Anyway, you get it. You're going to be like, why is he going there? I'm going to tell you in literally a hot second. We got OpenSea over the top one over here. 4 days, 61 ETH floor. CryptoPunk 64 ETH floor. Interesting. Mutant Ape 12.3. Nakamigos. You faded this. Don't worry, so did I. 0.22 ETH floor. No fucking clue where it came from. I was clearly sleeping that weekend that it exploded. So Captains finally in the top at number 5 spot of 5.2 ETH floor. And then Doodles 3.19. Again, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, Doodles a buy. Yeah, well, I don't know right now. It's 3.19 ETH floor. Oh shit, we got Frank D guys up here. All right, don't worry, Frank. I'm coming around to you. We got Punchy Penguins 4.4 ETH floor. Sappy Steels 0.84. I can't stress this enough. To me, Sappy Steels is interesting because of how far they come. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Sappy Steels was literally at a 0.02 floor at one point. People swept the fuck out of it, And look at where it is now, right? It did go up to almost 2 ETH when fucking Shamdu swept it during his high school break, pricing me out of buying this Happy Seal. Am I salty? Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit, but that's okay. We move on. We live. Moving on to Magic Eden. Youth sitting at number 1 with 136 Solana floor. We love to see it with D-Guys kind of slightly retracing back from his all-time high, which was recent. 635 Solana floor, still sitting fucking pretty after hovering around that 590 to 610 Solana floor for a while. And then finally, we got Claynosaur sitting in the number 4 spot at 68 Solana floor. A lot of people super bullish on Claynosaur, including myself. Why? Not really, just intuition. Not any deep research done here. Just that it's super impressive how long.
Just because Dub called it.
Just because Dub called it as well. Yes, that's here. And then we got Famous Spots Federation. You know what? You guys are welcome. Famous Spots Federation. I was like, oh, 50 Solana. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I won't. And look at where it is now. It blew up to 65 Solana floor. Anyway, that being said, we are finally going to move to the news. We got youths migrating to Polygon today. We fucking love to see it. Why do we love to see it? I love the last minute announcement, and I love the not doing it weeks in advance so that people can sweep the floor and people can get wrecked. So shout out to Frank for doing that. My man knows what he's doing. And then finally, we got a little bit there was a CryptoPunk who got accidentally burned in a failed wrapping attempt. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. That's a fucking lot of burned right there. And then finally, Mochaverse, the official NFT collection of Animoca brands, talking about launch of like a partnership kind of experience deal. Again, this kind of begs to start. We're starting to beg the question here: is having a legit company backing it up enough anymore? It's starting to feel like no, it is not. Or more so, maybe it speaks more to the macroeconomic crisis that may be coming upon us. So, as I said, don't get wrecked. Please don't. Other than that, we are pretty much the only thing I want to really bring up, and I will kind of like leave it more open-ended. GTA Auto 6, lot of hype, lot of love, and kind of heading towards that way. Might be restarting their metaverse plans. The reason why they had questioned it in the beginning was because of fucking Microsoft. Microsoft with Minecraft, they banned their NFTs rather than the crypto technology behind it, and that was something I feel like was a really big miscommunication there, because people were so nervous. And I don't know if anyone remembers, shitload of Minecraft based projects got wrecked by that news when Minecraft literally was like, we are banning all blockchain technology. All the floors of the NFT projects just absolutely crashed, wrecked, all of it involved. So it was a crazy thing to experience. So, but what I really want to kind of point out here, and this is just the one thing I really want to point out, and I'm going to read from this article. According to Walter Lee, gaming growth lead at BNB Chain, it's more related to NFTs than blockchain technology, right? So the restriction is more on NFTs than it is anything else. And so, but what I want to highlight is that it's from someone from BNB Chain speaking out on it. And it begs the question are any of the coins that we're really bullish on really going to be the coins that we're going to have in the future? Or are we just kind of really just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks? Like BNB is one thing that I personally have been kind of baiting and ignoring just because it gets out of hand when you try to get all the fucking crypto in. Anyway, I just wanted to point that little thing out because it's a question that's on everyone's mind. Is everything that I'm investing in today still going to be relevant 5-10 years from now?